He sat cross-legged on the sidewalk. A far-off look was in his eyes, and in his hands he held a piece of cardboard as everyone walked by. The sign read USMC veteran. I'm not myself, please pray for me. So I stopped and said, you fought to save my freedom. What can I do? What do you need? He said, I'd like to shower off these painful memories, get a shave and a pair of new jeans, a meal I don't have to eat alone. Find a place to let my guard down, a real bed instead of hard ground, maybe an address and a phone. I know I made it back, but I'm not home. I watched a mortar take my best friend, and in an instant he was gone. Now I don't sleep, I cry my eyes out in the middle of the night. I can't let it go, I can't move on. Wish I could shower off these painful memories, have a shave and a pair of new jeans, a meal I don't have to eat alone. Find a place to let my guard down, a real bed instead of hard ground, maybe an address and a phone. I know I made it back, but I'm not home. He handed back the 20 I stuffed into his coat. He said, you took the time to listen. That's what I needed most. Someday I'll shower off these painful memories, catch a babe and a pair of new jeans, find a way to clear these minefields from my mind. Recognize the face in the mirror, see the man who used to be there. I may be down, but I've got hope. I know I made it back, but I'm not home. I'm not home. I'm not home.
You probably wonder how someone ends up homeless. Well, let me take you back to where my journey began, long before I found myself on the streets. It all started with a young high school graduate full of dreams, ambition, and a deep desire to serve his country. From a young age, I felt a strong sense of duty and patriotism, instilled in me by the stories my grandfather used to tell. He was a true war hero. He fought bravely, sacrificed so much, and wore his service like a badge of honor. As a child, I hung on to his every word, admiring his courage and selflessness. Those stories filled me with strength, shaping my sense of purpose and making me believe that I too could one day rise to the challenge and follow in his footsteps. Joining the army was my dream, and when I finally enlisted, my heart swelled with pride. I wore my uniform with honor, feeling invincible and ready to defend the freedoms we hold dear. My military training was tougher than I had imagined. The discipline and structure they instilled in us pushed me to my limits. Every day was a test, physically and mentally. The long hours, grueling exercises, and endless drills were designed to break us down. What kept me going through it all was the camaraderie I found with my fellow soldiers. It was unlike anything I had ever experienced. Surrounded by others who shared the same mission and values, I felt like I truly belonged, like I was part of something bigger than myself. The sense of unity and purpose was incredible. We encouraged each other through the toughest moments, lifted each other up when one of us fell, and celebrated every small victory together. That bond made us stronger than we ever could have been on our own. In just a few months, I had become someone new, stronger, more disciplined, and ready to embrace the responsibility ahead, eager to prove myself and defend the freedoms of our great nation. I finished my training with high honor, proud and ready to serve. I was just 20 years old, still so inexperienced when I was drafted to the war. Serving in the war was like nothing I had imagined. The reality of bombs exploding around us, the constant fear and the loss. I saw my best friend fall right next to me, his life snuffed out in an instant. I remember the first time I had to pull out my rifle and shoot. The horror of aiming at another human being and taking a life, it changes you. Yet amidst the chaos and the grief, there was a resilience, a determination to keep going, to honor those we lost by surviving. Every day was a battle, not just with the enemy, but with the fear that gripped us all. We held on to our mission, our duty, and each other. The bonds we forged in those dire moments were unbreakable. But the trauma we endured left deep scars. In the darkest moments, when the fear and uncertainty of war weighed heavily on our hearts, we clung to the belief that we would make it through. We found comfort in each other and in the hope that we would never face the storm alone. In those times, a song would rise up among us, a melody that reminded us to keep our heads up, to push forward through the rain and the wind, and to hold on to the hope that we would one day find peace.
Hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of our Lord. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of our Lord. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Never walk
I can't describe the relief I felt when the war ended. That morning, as the sun rose over the horizon, a sense of peace washed over me. The war was finally over. I had survived. The air seemed lighter, and the weight of fear and tension that had pressed down on me for so long began to lift. I knew I was coming home. The thought of stepping back onto home soil, seeing my mom and dad, my younger sisters, and my sweet dogs again, filled me with liberating joy. I miss them so much. The warmth and comfort of our home, the simple joys of sitting together for dinner, and the laughter that filled our days were things that kept me going through the darkest moments. As our flight approached the US, the anticipation was almost too much to bear. Even with the wounds and scars many of us carried, there was a sense of hope and relief. Finally, the moment arrived. As I stepped off the plane, my heart raced with anticipation. I scanned the welcoming crowd, searching for the faces I longed to see. And then I saw them, my family. Tears welled up in my eyes as I hurried toward them. The pride and relief in their eyes as they saw me walk toward them was overwhelming. In that moment, all the pain and fear seemed to fade away. Their warm embrace and the deep love in their eyes helped to soothe some of the sadness and trauma I carried. Surrounded by their love and support, I felt a profound sense of peace and a glimmer of hope. It was a new beginning, and I tried to convince myself that what I had seen and experienced was part of the soldier's journey, and that everything might just be okay. But the war had changed me. And I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. That a part of me was still on the battlefield. The sounds, the smells, the memories, they were all too vivid. My family saw the change in me, but I didn't know how to explain the invisible wounds I carried. Then came the sleepless nights, the nightmares. Every time I closed my eyes, I was back in the war zone, surrounded by the sounds of explosions, the cries of the wounded. The war vision started haunting me, invading my every thought. I was filled with fear and anxiety, unable to escape the memories that tormented me. I pushed my family away, not wanting them to see the broken man I had become. I was trapped in my own mind, reliving the horrors of war night after night, unable to find peace or solace. As time went on, it got worse. The war visions began to invade my every thought, manifesting into hallucinations that twisted my perception of the world around me. I saw figures from the battlefield appearing in my everyday life, felt the sensation of explosions, and heard the distant echoes of gunfire, even in the calmest moments. I tried to escape these tormenting visions by running away from them. But no matter where I went, they followed. My desperate attempts to find peace only led me to hiding on the streets. With each passing day, my sense of home and stability slipped further away. The simplest tasks became overwhelming challenges, and eventually I couldn't find my way back to the home I once knew. Wandering the streets, disconnected from the world I once knew, I felt abandoned, invisible, and utterly alone. The people I passed by every day didn't see me. They saw a statistic, a burden. I had become what I never imagined, a homeless veteran. But my story doesn't end there. Despite the overwhelming darkness of living on the streets, I found a glimmer of hope when kind people reached out to me. Their compassion and generosity reminded me that I wasn't alone. Their love gave me the strength to move forward, even when each step felt daunting. Rebuilding my life wasn't easy. The scars of war are still with me. But I began to find my way back. Every step forward was a challenge. Yet the overwhelming love I received from these complete strangers helped me regain my sense of purpose and inspired me to see the beauty life has to offer. So, my dear friends, don't be shy to show kindness the next time you see someone in need. Your gesture, no matter how small, can make a profound difference. Together, through our love and compassion, we can overcome the challenges of homelessness and mental illness. Let us be the beacon of hope and change that our world needs. Together, we can leave the world a better place.
Just one life, that's all that we've been given here. Just one chance to make a difference where we live. I'm just one man, I'm only human, but only human means I've got a lot to give. Love can move the world as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a tide that begins with you and me. Love can move the world as the warmth of the sun moves the tree. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Look around, there's someone hurting near you. Look around, there may be something you can do. Look within you and find your spirit to change this world. There's got to be a change in you. Love can move the world as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a tide that begins with you and me. Oh, love can move the world as the warmth of the sun moves the tree. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Oh, love can move the world as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a time that begins with you and me. Oh, love, love, only love can move the world as the warmth of the sun moves the tree. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Come love the world with me.